Okay, I think we'll take this one as well. Oh, actually, it's a full health one. Okay. I'd like to go to some other biomes, get some different trees so I can make a nice little tree nursery. Make it look real pretty, like. So I can take long walks, you know, through the nighttime. Listen to the baying of distant wolves, the snarling of close zombies. You know, all the nice stuff. 'Cause one of the things I think would be almost necessary in any kind of apocalypse, any kind of anything like this, where the world basically broke, you would have to adapt. You'd have to stop thinking about the sounds and sights and smells of the old world and start appreciating the sights and the sounds and the smells of the new world. This is a thought that came to me some time ago when I was playing Surviving Mars. By the way, I'm really tempted. Like once I've kind of had my fill of Oxygen Not Included and this on streaming, I think that's going to be the next big, you know, multi-hour long, you know, several stream long game that I play. But how the Martian-borns, whereas people who come from Earth, like, you know, lose their minds if they have to work outside for any particular length of time, and doubly lose it when there's a calamity going on, like an asteroid shower, or it's particularly cold, or there's a dust storm. The Martian-borns don't. Some of that is upgraded, some of that is like literal genetic engineering, but some of it is just that they grew up to this. This is their normal. They've never known a time or a place where, you know, frequent dust storms weren't a thing, or when, you know, there wasn't every expectation that when you became an adult, you'd get work outside of the colony. That's fine. I think a key to surviving any kind of apocalypse like this would be quickly adapting the things that you consider normal and pretty. Training yourself to like them. Like, the snarling of zombies, yes, that's never really going to be that nice for you. There's always going to be the threat of immediate harm, but when you know it can't get to you, you can just hear it. It's like quite often people find the baying of wolves to be a pretty sound. A wolf would, if it was hungry, or if you were alone, if you were acting like you were a little bit hobbled, probably hunt you down and kill you with its pack. That baying would be the sign of doom to you, but people still find it pretty. I imagine, in a zombie apocalypse, you'd grow to like the sound of the zombies. It's only when the zombies there was no sound at all, then you'd be like, oh, this sounds a little bit weird. This isn't the normal sound of this, that I've come accustomed to. You'd probably get a little bit perturbed by how quiet it was. Can I actually mine this? I need to know. Yes, I can. I needed to check because I'm so close to the trader. Save waypoint, another iron one. So yeah, it would be a case of, you know, listening to the baying of wolves as you're walking through your torchlit, you know, apple orchard of a night, staring up at the red moon, listening to the snarling, frantic scrabble of the horde outside of your fully automated, you know, defense perimeter. And it's just, yeah, that actually sounds really, really quite lovely. You know, maybe the sound of gunfire would be to a zombie apocalypse survivor as the sound of fireworks is to many people now. It's like, oh, it's the blood moon. What a wonderful celebration this is. Let's spool up the turrets. You know, turn on all of the turrets because you'd only keep some of them active. You know, to conserve power and ammunition. But you know, during the blood moon, it'd be like, no, all guns blazing, and you might even go find a nice vantage point to watch everything just, you know, explode in a flurry of energy. You might learn to appreciate certain things, like, you know, this world is full of energy all the time. It's never dull. It's never slow. You know, and on these nights, it's especially active. Maybe you'd learn to appreciate that on the blood moons the zombies are more active, whereas normally they're a bit sluggish. And it's like, oh, it's kind of this whole, you know, Ides of Spring sort of thing, where you see all the animals being a little bit more active and displaying their amorous intentions. You just adapt to be like, yeah, this is the natural way of the world now. There's nothing wrong with it. Again, coming back to the whole, this is fine. Wherever I am right now is fine. I can make it better, but this isn't bad. Yeah, a shift in the normal paradigm, yeah. What people consider normal would have changed. Or it should change. I imagine the zombie apocalypse would be far more survivable, not just from a physical standpoint, but from a mental one, like a much more survivable from a mental standpoint if you adapt it like that. I imagine poetry and prose would take a decided step towards the macabre, though. Not gonna lie. I imagine rather than when speaking about the beauty of certain natural phenomena, likening things to I don't know. I can't think of an obvious example right now, but I imagine there would be a lot of change in the sort of beauty that you look for. You might describe the gurgling spurt of blood from a zombie's chest as your automated turret guns it down. As I don't know, you might come to all kinds of conclusion, like the rapidly blossoming, gout of blood coming out. You'd liken it to flowers, or come up with all kinds of kind of romanticizing of it. A devil's fountain, all that kind of stuff. I imagine the world would become a lot more macabre with zombies as the specific apocalypse, but not in a everyone is worshipping death and pain. Like, you would find new ways of looking at it. It would be. I kind of feel that if the zombie apocalypse was the apocalypse that happened, but the people who handle it the most are the ones who can channel their internal Morticia and Gomez Adams. They would do amazingly well. They would be some of the most well-adjusted, loving, and happy people on the planet. At what point would the world largely run out of zombies? Well, that was one of the things I liked the most about 28 Days to Die, is the approach that the military captain, I can't actually remember his rank, had to it. It's like, yeah, we're keeping him here. And they're like, well, why are you keeping him chained out? It's like, well, he's telling us quite a lot. He's telling us that zombies will never farm. They'll never grow crops. They'll never ranch. They'll never tend animals. He's telling us an awful lot of things. And the last thing he'll tell us is how long it takes a zombie to die of starvation. That, very useful information. We've got a fan up there. Come on down. My gun loaded? Yes, it is. Could do with a few more bullets, though. Come on down. Oh, poop. I think that was actually a proper scream. Yep, I think it was. Did she just go down? There we go. I shouldn't. Lady Sheila was telling me the other day after the last stream that she really liked the way that I just seem to casually go for headshots without too much thought about it. And quite often I second guess it, and I really shouldn't. When I'm not thinking about it, again, it comes back to the whole archery thing. When I'm not thinking about it, my brain on autopilot is actually quite good. The moment I start putting too much thought into it, I start trying to account for things that I don't need to, and I overcompensate and the likes. But it was like there, I'll fire from the hip, go straight for the headshot. The moment I started thinking about it, I fired a second shot, and I didn't need to. trust in myself a little bit more. There we go. Granted, though, it is better to fire one too many bullets than one too few. So, the future is in the hands of morbid BDSM enthusiasts with good dress sense. I mean, Broken Mnemonic, I fail to see that this is any problem. I fail to see a downside to that scenario. Yeah, absolutely. During the 30-year war, the Memento Mori way of thinking was really popular, with really morbid yet lively themes. Says Manticore, and Lady Sheila responded, it was very popular in Victorian England too. Queen Vic basically took the entire country into mourning. Oh yeah, she did. She really did. I need a little bit more food. Early Aavak streams were doomed. The world... we are... Right. You've missed an apostrophe. We are doomed. The world's gone. Gonna end. Ah, my lord. Sorry, Ranger. That was a combination of you having one or two typos and then me expanding on that with like 4 or 5 misreads. I'll continue to harvest as much as I can down here, though really I should be aiming for the rock more than anything else. That is such a wonderful way of looking at it there, Broken Mnemonic. It does mean that the future society, while dealing with all of the problems that go with the zombie infestation, will be much better at things like valuing safe words and aftercare. This is very true. This is very true. Black does go with everything, yes. Fairly certain I take less damage from falling rocks, so I don't know why I dodge out the way every single time, but... you know what? It's better to dodge out the way and not need to than to not dodge out the way and then actually need it. But I'm starting to think that we definitely need a new support strut around here. Let me go down until I can find some rock on this tile, and then I'll build up a support structure from there. Rui, what conversation did I just drop into? A very interesting one, Rui. That's about the best way I can describe it. Punk. There we go, perfect. Right, okay. I think I'm done with the stupid amount of metal harvesting that I've done. Let's go and wreck some rocks. Also, let's replant the forests. And hide my mine while I'm doing it. Because that's a clever thing to do. I'm fairly certain that mine is nearing its the end of its usefulness, unfortunately. We've got a couple more 1,000 iron down there to harvest, but not too much beyond that. Right, let's go and start pulling... Ooh. Oh no, that's the iron. We'll start pulling this rock down to gather the materials we need for cobblestone. That being said... sure, go ahead. Actually, it's not the stone we need. It's the clay. Should have realized that. We'll put you somewhere a little bit more obvious. You can be on the road. This little clay mine is going to need to start being expanded a bit more in terms of its width rather than its depth, because we've hit rock down there. I think. Yeah, it's rock. Expanded it out a little bit more. This was not a very well managed mine, honestly. I did not dig this in the way I should have, with the ramp going down the side and then curving around, but it'll do for now. Man, when I think of some of the mega projects I did in Minecraft and how much time I spent mining, that was some crazy stuff. Quick question, does rotten flesh have a use? Yeah, no, absolutely. You use rotting flesh to make farm plots, basically as a fertilizer. Honestly, that makes a lot of sense. Assuming that the virus, because it is a virus in this game, it's not magic or anything like that. Assuming the virus can't survive in necrotic flesh, you know, it needs a living host to remain alive, which many viruses do. Then rotting flesh, whilst not fit for consumption directly, would, you know, work fine as a fertilizer. Any repairs on this? The other thing that you can use it for is you can actually cook with it. It takes a bit of time to learn the recipes that you can use for that. And, you know, they don't go without any issue at all. They're not completely without risk. But you can cook with them. There are certain recipes that are specific for rotting flesh. And in fact, once you get to those ones, they're actually very filling recipes. They're very good food. And Rui, yeah, that's a very good point. Even if it did survive in the rotting flesh that you use as fertilizer, it's very unlikely that it would survive in plants. You know, most viruses are specifically tailored to the organism that they attack. Very few can cross species, genus boundaries, species boundaries, much less entire, you know, genus and things like that. The ones that can are the really dangerous ones. Because, well, you know, as with swine flu and anything like that, a virus that has evolved specifically to attack one type of organism that through some mechanism manages to mutate to infect another one, that other organism is unlikely to have built any kind of immune response to deal with this novel virus. It is going to work in ways your body has never seen, and it takes a long time for your body to come up with a novel solution. And in that time, well, unfortunately, you probably die. That is why viruses that move over across species are so incredibly bad for us. Right, so now with this, we're going to start expanding this clay pit out. And at a later stage, I'm going to put fencing around it so I don't accidentally fall in it. Or drive my bike into it. That would suck. A lot. We've got an extra level in... we could pop it into -69. I could make quality 3 tools. That would allow us to gather more quickly, because block damage by 60% is huge. Well, I go for Mother Load, where we get 60% more ore, stone, terrain blocks, and trees with any pick, chainsaw, or auger. So it's a choice between getting more resources faster, with each swing, or swinging, being able to demolish an entire node quicker. Now, both of them will lead to a faster gain of resources. Both of them will lead to a faster gain of XP. But in combination, they'll lead to a multiplicative increase. Because you're gaining XP based on the amount of resources you get. If you do more damage to a block, because the amount of resources you get with each swing is based on the amount of damage you've done to the block, so you'll gain those resources that are in the block faster, and you'll thus gain the XP faster. But if I'm getting more resources out of each swing, then I'm also getting more resources faster and more EXP faster. The two of them together make for an explosive increase. I think we're going to go for -69 of that. Yeah, I definitely think that one. Yeah, most efficient option is to level both evenly. Yeah, I agree. Also, yeah, as chat says there, more different hosts equals more chance for mutations. Yep. There are lots of reasons why anything that can cross species boundaries is dangerous. How's my character doing? Water's actually quite low. But yeah, at this point, I'm going to be able to get, with the next skill level, if I want to, and I think I do, because I'm doing a lot of my own building and gathering. It depends on what you're doing. If you're more of a, I'm going to do a lot of building and gather my own resources, going down this tree is better. If you're going to be going out and getting resources from drops, then this tree is generally better. You should ultimately level up both. But struck gold, and then Muckman. You are now a professional miner, or what they called muckmen back in the day. Craft quality 4 good tools, increase tool damage by 30% and block damage by 90% with any axe chainsaw. That will be amazing. And at that point, it's 150% damage. That is bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. But I'm reasonably confident with our abilities now that I don't fear working through the night. So it means we're going to make a very rapid progress on the base. Very rapid progress on the base. I'm confident in my overall set of equipment and just my general knowledge of the game to be able to get out of any particularly dicey situations. That being said, I think... yeah, we will do one... I need to make sure that the overall build for this is up to snuff, but once we get there, if we have time, we will do at least one quest run. Did I not? Did I not? Oh, no, really? Oh, that's wretched. Okay. I guess we're waiting then. In the meanwhile, I guess I could go and grab my my iron spikes. I could go get the iron bars. Definitely worth doing. Yeah, that's not too bad of an idea. I can also use the flagstone blocks that I've got to upgrade, or rather start the construction of the next section of the walkway. I want the way in to be finished before I completely enclose the keep. At the moment, I'm not over worried about the potential of spiders getting in. We haven't seen many spawn, but that being said, there's always a chance. I say this as spider spawn. Being up here won't save me from spiders, by the way. 100% won't help. Where are you? Spider at night is not an easy thing to fight, but... the bullet count. I do love that they actually curl up like a spider as well when they die. I'm gonna be honest, I really like that little detail. Claws for feet, claws for hands. It's not just a zombie. Different kinds of eyes. I wonder if there's a point of interest in the game that explains why spiders exist. I'm guessing some sort of spider bite or something similar. 45 iron spikes. Glorious. I'm not going to worry about having making the cobblestone in my inventory, simply because I don't think it's going to be a big concern. I don't think I'm going to be making anything else, for example. I remembered belatedly. I'm going to need some more food now. Oh, hello. Whoop. Hi. You know what? Can I hit you with this? Okay. I will stop wasting my ammo then. That's 2. Perfect. Could you get to smelting a whole lot more iron? Once you've got iron tools, it just is crazy how much material you get. A single vein will produce more than you would probably use. No, we're good. Alright, let's go and drop some things off. Close the doors. Alright. The eggs. How many eggs do we have? We don't have any. That's a shame. I've not been seeing much in the way of potential food. Not much in the way of meat out there. That's a little worrying. That is a little worrying. You know what? I know I said I didn't need to worry about that, but I just want to clear my inventory of that stuff. Drop these off. The sand I don't need. The crazy amount of coal that I now have. The plant fibers. The nails. Don't need the nails on me. Completely surplus to demand. What I do want is all of these. And do we have feathers in here? Nope. I'm not going to make glue right now. Don't think we need to. That. And yeah. There we go. Alright, not bad. Aavak streaming at a normal time to be awake? Impossible! Ah. But the thing is, what's a normal time to be awake? All I'm doing now is I'm streaming in the middle of the night for someone who doesn't live in the same place as me. I'm always streaming in the middle of the night somewhere. Sure, go ahead and cook all of that into grilled meat. It's not a terrible return on that one. It's going to be 5 minutes. Then I want all of the water boiled for me. And that's going to be another 3 minutes. Oh, let's put in 10. That'll guarantee. What are we doing there? Okay, not doing too bad. I could make another 100 iron arrowheads. Yeah, sure. I do feel that I'm probably going to need to hit at least some scavenging just to make sure I top up my ammo supply. I'm a little worried about that. A lot worried about it, actually. We'll do the best we can, but... Where's the nearest night rate? It's over there. That might not be bad for us to head out and hit that vein. Gather up a good amount. Set up a little farm. Hey, 9, how you doing, mate? When I clicked on the stream, I assumed he was on some sort of 12-hour stream. Man, that says so much. Like, you're the 3rd or 4th person to say that. That says so much. But it's really nice to see people popping into the stream that don't usually get the chance to because of the times that I stream. It's lovely to get to talk to you in real time. Take care, Manticore. Have a good one, mate.